Yeah. So I think it's evening here. So but I think over there in some other locations it might be another. So hello everyone. Zakariyah is the name.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. I think Frank. I think Frank is on the line. Then Michael Taxon. So nice to meet you guys. Can you introduce yourself, please?
You gonna start, Michael?
Oh,
Okay.
my name is Michael Tyson. Sorry.
Uh,
I'm a SharePoint project server and Office 365 SharePoint Online and Project Server Online administrator. Been working with SharePoint and Project Server Online since 2007, 2008, and started with the online version about 2 years ago. So I'm very intimate. I was just telling Frank, I'm studying for the Azure administrator exam and been working in IT, God, for 31 years now almost. So
oh, that's amazing.
yeah, I started out when I started out with IBM's mainframes and Novell networks, and I was on Microsoft in the very beginning, from Windows to desktop to server, Windows to desktop to server, the Office. I've been the whole nine. I've been strictly Microsoft for 30 years now.
Yeah. So that's good. So I think the other person, which is Frank.
Yeah, I've been in IT for 300 years. No,
Oh.
feels like that. Feels like that. No, I've been I don't know how long, 30 plus years, whatever. The latest stuff I'm doing, I'm actually writing courseware for Microsoft Learn. Um, they just published the SC200 course that I was the author for. I also write exam questions for like the SC400, MS500, AZ500. SC400 is probably the one that you're most interested in because that's the information protection exam that they just released.
Okay, that's good. So I think I'm the next person here. So basically, I've been doing support for like Office 5 for like 2 years now. So basically, I deal with Office 365 in general, most especially the Exchange Online part, and also when it comes to the identity, Active Directory, um, Azure Admin Center, Office 365 in general, ADFX a little bit, and yeah, the combination of Exchange, identity, Active Directory, and all. So which is actually my field. And when it comes to Office 365, when it comes to the security aspect, which is security and compliance. So which we have we have different basics there, the information governance and all. But out of this part, I'll be explaining the Azure information protection on how it works. So basically, I'll start with encryption in Office 365. So can I proceed now?
It's all
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yeah, so basically, we've seen basically all organizations want security for their organizations, for documents, for emails, mail server. So basically, when it comes to Office 365, when it comes to encryption, so we have the normal basic encryption which comes with normal subscriptions, which is a normal, I think, of that is a Microsoft Office 365 standard. It has normal basic encryption. So that one is just basic on where you can just encrypt, which is do not forward, and you can encrypt documents, and but you don't have control on how on what to do. It's only encrypted, but you cannot set your custom permissions to it. So after that, we have the advanced OME, which you can actually specify permissions based on how you want, who can access the document or who can access the email. So
Are
this
you
part.
are you sharing your screen, by the way? Are you supposed to be sharing your screen?
Oh, one sec.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to check that out and ask him.
Because I'm not actually, I'm not actually. One sec. Let me
You're not the
see.
host, huh?
Yes, and I'm actually. What I'm going to do, I'll drop some links on the chat. which is going to help, because I'm not like I actually had to even rush to join this meeting because I just closed from work and also had to just join this meeting, so I'll be able to make it up. But I'll make it as seamless as possible.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can drop a link on the chat box. Let's see. I think I am unable to drop a link also. Let me see. One sec. Yeah, because I think because I'm not the admin, I don't think I'm able to drop messages also.
You should be able to put in messages or messaging.
Yeah, you
back
should
and
be
forth.
able to put something in the chat. Oh, let's see out left.
Yeah, actually, I mean, why is everybody muted except for me?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think I can share. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can share website UI. So I'll share something. Okay, that's fine. I'll share some documentation as I proceed. So as I was explaining, so encryption, when it comes to the normal basic ones, we have the normal encrypt. I don't know if you notice, if you are trying to send an email in Outlook, if you click on new message and you go to options, you will see either if you are using let's say Office 2016, you will see the normal permission icon, which you'll be able to use the encrypt do not forward. But if you are using the Office 365, you see an encrypt button in which you'll be able to encrypt your normal emails. But basically, based on the main topic that we're going to, which is Azure Information Protection, which is the one of the advanced one, which has actually been in use now for encrypted emails, which is actually a very good one, which it's good for organizations. So basically, let me start with this. So basically, Azure Information Protection was actually in the Azure Admin Center on Azure, which it wasn't in security and compliance. I don't know if you what I'm trying to say, security and compliance is with Office 365, while Azure Admin Center itself, it's the different admin center. So basically, this particular Azure Information Protection, it's on Azure before now. So based on some changes, Microsoft decided, okay, they will be removing this particular feature from Azure. They'll be moving it to security and compliance, which many organizations have tried to migrate from Azure because Microsoft gave a time frame, so that it allowed them to be able to migrate their labels and their label policies from that particular Azure Admin Center to security and compliance, because I think it's going to be downgraded this month. So I'll be sharing a link now. Just 1 sec, please. Just hold on, please. Just hold on, please. I'm sure you guys.
What was that, Zachariah?
Yeah. I'm with you, please. So I'm trying to drop a link for you guys to have information just for follow up.
Let me do this. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I think I can share. So I can share link. So I have the opportunity to share.
Okay, because I'm sending you my email address.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think okay. I'm able to see the chat box now. Okay, I think I can see the chat box now. I think just my message now.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, Michael, you're showing your age by saying at hotmail.com. I mean, you got to throw out like an at AOL.com or something like that on top of that, just so.
Well, I could put my 365 one there, but I hardly ever
kidding.
look at that email. I accepted your connection request, by the way, Frank.
Yep, got it.
Just hold on, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll be dropping this now. Yeah, so I dropped the link already. Are you able to see the link?
Yep,
Yes.
I got it. I'm out there.
Yep, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, so as I was explaining, so if you go to the if you notice, if you scroll down a little bit and go to the relevant form, so you're going to see an option that says classic clients. So that particular classic clients, okay, let me just drop that. I think this is what I was looking for. So just click on this second one I'm dropping. Let me know when you have opened it.
You say go where?
The second link. So if you scroll down a little, we are going to see a note that says that this particular one will be deprecated as of March of 31st. You know, when I first started, I said that Microsoft gave chance for users to be able to migrate their labels and policies to security and compliance. So this particular one, it's being deprecated because based on that, okay, they are trying to move to security and compliance. So this was what I was trying to explain the first time. So from the first link, so first of all, we have a requirement when it comes to the Azure information protection, and which the minimum requirement for an organization to be able to use Azure information protection based on license, the user must have at least business premium. A business premium involves as a P1 license. So that means any license subscription that has a P1 license will allow users to be able to use Azure information protection, and it's per user. So each user has to have this particular license assigned to them for them to be able to use Azure information protection. So after that is considered, and which all users have this particular license requirement. So the next thing will be to see how are we going to create this label? How are we going to make it visible to these users? How are we going to implement this for them to be able to encrypt their emails based on any kind of permission? So then that's where we now go to the phase of going to security and compliance. So let me drop this. You go to security. That means the web page is protection. If you have an Office 365 subscription, you can go to protection.office.com. I dropped the link. So we have two new admin center. We have the compliance admin center, or we have the security admin center. So basically, of lately, it was splitted. We based on that, we want the security admin center to be different from the compliance admin center. So if you go to protection.office.com, you are going to have the security and compliance. And if you go to compliance, I'm dropping that dot office, not compliance.microsoft.com. .com. So we have two options here. So we have the protection.office.com and we have the compliance.microsoft.com. So basically, compliance.microsoft.com is the new admin center in which Microsoft is trying to move all of these features from security and compliance, which is protection.office.com, to compliance.microsoft.com. So to start this, I'm going to send a link that explains step-by-step guide on how to set this up. So if you go to compliance.microsoft.com, when you log into the admin center, you are going to scroll down to the left bar, the side, you are going to see information protection. So when you click on information protection, then you'll be able to start the steps to implement, to create the label. So I'm going to drop the link on how you'll be able to see that. Just one sec, please.
Oh,
If I'm too
wow.
fast, or you have any question, you can just draw me back. So I'll be able to address that.
So, okay, I'm on the, oh, shoot, I'm on mute. Oh, I'm not on mute. Okay, so I'm on the page, the protection one. So
Yeah.
you said when we get here to do what it says to take a tour, but
Yeah. So if you go to protection.com, you are going to see classification. Then you click on the drop down. Then you are going to see a sensitive label. If you are using the protection.office.com, but if you are using the compliance.microsoft.com, you are going to see information protection. Then you are going to see the labels and policies.
okay.
Yeah. So I've dropped a new link that once you get to the space where you're going to create a label, it's going to show us on how to create a label. Then you'll be able to show you an image. Got that? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So basically, so when you get to the page of where to create a label, so now you are going to click on create label. So once you click on the create label, you give it a name, give it a display name, and give it a description. Then you click on next. So when you click on next, you're going to have the option of to choose encrypt, which is encrypt, and you're going to have two options: to choose on encrypt and to choose on watermark, header and footer. So you're going to check on the two in case you want to add a header, footer, and a watermark to probably a document, or probably want to add an header and footer to a particular email. So you can select the two. So you click on next. So when you click on next, for our files and emails, you're going to see, if you notice, you're going to see options for group and sites, which is for SharePoint. So that basically, if you're trying to apply a label to probably SharePoint and groups, we have a requirement for that also. So I think you must enable sensitive information, which is Azure Information Protection, for it to be able to get published for SharePoint. So I'm going to drop that. Just hold on a minute. So can you confirm? Are you following up with me in your own environment?
Yeah, I have my own personal one, so yes.
Yeah. So now, can you confirm if your group and site is grayed out? Like, can you select the when you get to files and emails, group and site, and Azure preview asset?
Oh shoot. Yeah, I'm logged in with my work account. Darn it. Hey, no, I'm not. So why is it not giving it to me? It's connecting to my work account and not my personal one. Okay, no biggie. I'll play around with it. Yeah, I've copied the links, so I'm okay.
Hello, Mike, can I proceed?
Yes.
Yeah, so as I was saying, so when you get there, so for you to be able to apply to groups and SharePoint, there's a particular command you need to run to enable this. So I'm going to show you the link now. Just hold on. Yeah, got it. Yeah, so if in this link, if you scroll down, I dropped a new link now for you to be able to enable Azure information protection, for you to be able to encrypt websites and groups in SharePoint. So if you scroll down, there's a particular command you need to run, which is one sec, which is set SPO tenant enable AIP integration to true. If you scroll down to the last part, you'll be able to see the command. Got it?
Yep.
Yeah. So once that is done, then you'll be able to actually check on the group or for SharePoint and all for that site, you'll be able to apply labels or encryption to your site and to your document. Yeah. So I'll proceed now. So when it comes to for emails, so encrypt file emails, so when you click on next, so it's going to take you to an option in which to configure the encryption settings. So we have two options there. We have the assign permissions now, and we have assign users to assign permissions. So for the first one, if you click on the first option, which is users to assign permission, you're going to see do not forward for Outlook, and you're going to see Word document to apply restriction. So that one, basically, what this implies is that when at any point user is trying to save a document and that label is trying to apply a label, they're going to get a prompt in which they'll be able to add the user that they want to for them to have access to that particular document. And if it is for Outlook and you encrypt that email at that point, users will not be able to forward that particular email, which is encrypted. That is for that. Then for the option for which is assign permissions right now, that one in which it's being controlled by the admin. So this implies that an admin can create up to 6 labels with different permissions. So what I'm trying to explain here is that, let's say, I don't know if you're there yet. I don't know if you're there, Mike.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. So now I don't know if you can go to assign permissions now, please.
Assign permissions. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So if you notice, you're going to see where you click on assign permission now.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you notice, you're going to see like 4 options. You're going to see you add your domain. You're going to see one sec. You're going to see add your tenants. You're going to see add authenticated users. So I will need to explain something there. So for example, now let's say you want to encrypt, you want to prevent users or external user to be able to forward your email, reply to it, just to be able to read. Can you select the authenticated user option?
Authenticated user. Okay.
So once you click on the add button, you're going to see edit permission at the bottom. Click on edit permission. Yeah, so now if you notice now, you're going to see co-author. Click on drop down, you're going to see co-author, you're going to see viewer, and what's the last one? best one, custom. So you can create a custom one.
Custom, yeah.
Yeah. So now, if you click on the viewer option, which that means they cannot reply, they cannot forward, you save that. So now, for any external user, users should be able to view that particular encrypted email or document. You need to actually add this particular permission level to any label you're creating. If you want to allow external user should be able to view that email or view that particular document, you must use this authenticated user, except you don't want to generalize it. So you can actually specify the email address of the external user you want them to have access to a particular document or email. If you use the authenticated user, it affects all external users, including even internal user. So basically what this does is that the email is encrypted, but based on the permission level allows you to control how which level of permission they have access to that document. So that means you can say this particular user should be able to view this particular document, but they cannot copy or they cannot edit that particular document. If it's an email, you can say this particular one, let's say you do a custom one that, okay, this person can only view. That means this person cannot share, if the person tries to share his own screen with another person, the person will not be able to see that particular email. It will be blank because it is encrypted, most especially for documents. Let's say I'm just giving an example when you encrypt a document now. So now, and you already set the permission that the user can only view. So now, if that person shares that particular document, if you share that particular document with someone, it will blank for that other person. I'm just citing examples here. So now, what my main concern here is that if you are trying to create a label, and let's say you added your own tenant and you added your own domain in your own tenant, that is fine now. But if you want, and that means you're creating that particular label for internal users now. So let's say that particular label, you want to also apply it when sending emails to external users also. You need to actually add that authenticated user for them to be able to view that particular. If not, once they open that particular email, they won't be able to view it. To say that they don't have permission to view that particular email or they don't have permission to view that particular document. I hope I'm communicating, please. Hello?
Yes, yeah. I was on mute. I don't want to, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So once that is done, so you can actually create multiple labels with different permission levels based on, let's say, let me give an example. Let's say we have, based on hierarchy in an organization now. So we have the top management, we have the middle management, we have the lower management. So now you can create a label for higher management that's saying that, okay, this one is highly confidential. You can create another one that says, okay, this one is just confidential. And you can create another one that says, okay, this one is just for general users. And you can actually set different permission levels for this particular labels that you create. So if you leave that part, if you click on next, you're going to see auto labeling. So auto labeling comes in where you want this particular scenario to be detected automatically. So now what I'm trying to say is that if you once you are done with the permission level now, and you click on next, you're going to see auto labeling. So now this auto labeling works in a way where we by default we have a lot of sensitive information type. Let's say based on credit card, passport number, driver's license. So these particular ones, they are there by default. So you can say, for example, now you can see if sending an email, it detects a particular credit card number, it should apply encryption to that particular email, or it should apply encryption to that particular. So that is what the auto labeling does. However, auto labeling has its own required license. So for you to be able to use auto labeling, you must have the E5 license. You must have the E5 license for you to be able to use auto labeling. E5 license is the list, which is P2. So it's either you have standalone P2 license or you have the E5 license for you to be able to use auto labeling. So auto labeling works in a way where you can, I think there are two options. You can either use recommendation or auto labeling, where it's going to recommend the user to apply a label to a document, or it's going to automatically apply the label to that document or to that email. It also applies to SharePoint also. SharePoint site, SharePoint document, when you create a document in SharePoint, it applies to it also. And also when it comes to auto labeling also, it also applies to Teams at times, depending on the scenario. So once you are done with that, so it's not compulsory. So you can decide to have that in place and you can decide not to have that in your organization, depending on which scenario you're looking at. So once you are done with that, you click on next and you proceed to the next step. So because now, after you create the label, you need to publish these labels for it to be visible to users, for them to apply this label. So now, let's say we are creating the label now. So the next action is to now create a label policy for it to publish this label we've created for the users to have visibility to this label, for them to be able to apply it to a document or to an email. Am I communicating, please? Hello?
Hello, Zach.
Yeah, am I communicating?
Yeah, but I don't know what's up. I can't see your screen.
So I'm not actually sharing my screen. So I'm just basically dropping some documentations. You can check on those documentations. I don't think you joined. I'm unable to share my screen here. So I'm dropping some links and you can just follow up, please.
All right.
So Frank, are you there? Michael?
Yeah, I'm still here. Frank had to drop.
Oh, okay. So I can see some people has joined again. About, are you there? About? Hello, About? Okay. So I will continue then. So basically, after you create the label, then you go to the label policy now. You click on publish label. You click on publish label. You are going to give it a name. After you give it a name, it's going to prompt you. You click on next. It's going to say, okay, select the label you've created that you want to publish to these users. So now you are going to, let's say you have 4 labels and you want to publish just 2. So you can select just 2, or you can select all the labels you've created for it to be published to the users. So now you select all these labels and you click on next. Then it's going to show you, take you to a page where you'll be able to now select if you want to publish these labels to all users, or you want to publish it to some specific users. So you can see, let's say you created highly confidential label now, and let's say you have 4 people in the top hierarchy now. You can create a confidential label and publish it to just those 4 users alone. So you select the 4 users. You can also add them to a group also, or you select them one by one, or you add them to a group. So once you select those 4 users that you want to publish that particular confidential label to, that means, let's say you have 10 people in an organization. So that means 4 people out of that 10 people, only those 4 people we have visibility to this particular label you are trying to publish. The remaining 6 people will not have visibility to any labels because it was not published to them. So now, once you've decided, okay, these are the people you want them to have visibility to it, and you can decide, okay, you want to publish to all your users. You can select everyone, then you click on next. Then once you're done, once you click on next, you're going to get another tab again that says, the first one is going to ask you if you want to apply this label by default to document and email. So that means if you select a particular label, that means by default it's going to get applied to the document and it's going to be applied automatically to the email also. So that means at any point in time, this particular user are trying to save that document, it is encrypted. And also at any point in time, they're trying to send an email, it's also encrypted. So you have an option to choose on none, or you have an option to select a label by default. Then the second option, in which it says user to change when the user is trying to change a particular label, so providing justification. So now let's say you have two labels published to these users, and this user is trying to change from one label to another. So basically, once you check that option, the user must provide a reason why he's trying to change from confidential label to highly confidential label. That is the essence for that, but it's not compulsory. You can either check it or you can leave it unchecked. Then the next option, which is mandatory label. So sorry, it's mandatory. So that means if we check on this particular feature, at any point in time, these users are trying to send an email out or are trying to save a document. So sorry for that. So basically, what I was trying to say there, so this particular mandatory one, so now, if you select it to be mandatory, that means at any point in time, all users want to, all the users that have this label published to them, they want to send an email out or they want to save a document, they are going to get a prompt to apply a label before saving the document or before sending the email out. So you can either check that particular option or you can uncheck it. Then once you are done with that, then you can click on next, then you can click on publish. Am I communicating, please? Michael? Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My computer's on mute, so I had to unmute it because I'm on my laptop at the same time. And what you say?
Okay, so any question? Do you have any question so far?
Oh no, I've copied the links and I'm going through it. No, I'm good. I wish
Okay.
you would have been able to watch you walk through it though. That would have been easier.
Okay, probably I'll just discuss with CFN. Probably I can schedule another time meeting where I'll be able to get myself prepared and I'll be able to share my screen to have a remote section.
Okay.
Yeah. So other everyone there about I'll start yourself, and I think that was all. So I hope you guys are following. Any questions so far?
None for me, thank you.
Oh, okay, great. So once that is done now, once you've published the label, so now we expect the users to be able to apply the label. So regarding this, now we have a particular application that is being used for this user for them to apply the label. So we have something that we call the unified labeling client. So we have the custom one and we have the inbuilt one. So any user that have the required license, at that point you publish this particular label, even though they don't have the custom application installed on their PC, if you go to your Word document, you go to your Office account, you make sure the user is signed into the particular account that has the required license. If you close the Word account and if you close the Word document and open the Word document, you are going to notice at the top right, you are going to notice that the icon of the sensitive label add-in will be visible there, and you'll be able to see the labels that was published to these users. Same thing with PowerPoint, Outlook also. For OWA, automatically it's going to be there also, but you won't see it at first. But after you've published the label to the users, once you publish the label to the users, automatically, so far as they're signed into their Office account with the particular one that has the right license, they are going to see the inbuilt labeling client, unified labeling client, and it's going to show the labels. So now, the basic difference between the custom one, which is installed on the client, and the inbuilt one is that the custom one has more features than the inbuilt one. So most times it's advisable to have the custom one installed, in which they release updates and upon updates for this particular custom one, in which we have the revoke and track. You can actually track documents. You can also revoke encrypted, which documents you have encrypted based on this particular option. So that's why most time it's advisable to have the custom one, because updates are being released and it fixes a lot of bugs and all, unlike the inbuilt one. So most time for Mac system makes use of the inbuilt one because we don't have the client application for Mac system. We only have for the Windows system. So for Mac system, they automatically make use of the inbuilt one. But for Windows system, they make use of the inbuilt one and the custom application one. So I'm going to drop a link in which you can use to download the custom one. Just hold on, please. So I'll be dropping two links. I'll drop the link to download first, and I'm going to drop the link that is going to guide you through on how to install the unified labeling client. So the first link is the one that you use to download, while the second one I'm dropping now is the one that explains on how to install the unified labeling client. So I dropped a link here. So once that is in place, then users will be able to apply the label to the document, and they will be able to apply the label to emails. So any questions so far? Hello, any questions so far? Hello, Master, just have any questions?
For
All right.
now. We'll
Michael,
go
any
through
question?
the link.
Okay. Michael, any question? Hello, Michael. So I'll proceed then. So basically, after this, users will be able to encrypt emails, and they'll be able to encrypt their document and forward, and also send. So basically, you need to know something when it comes to attachments. So basically, if you apply a label encryption to a particular email, and you attach a document to that particular email, automatically it's going to inherit the encryption to that document also. So what is by default. So, but if you apply a label, if you apply a permission or an encryption already on a document, and you attach it, it's going to still keep the existing one that is on the document is going to keep that one, and the one for the email will be there. But if it's a document that was not encrypted, immediately you add it to the email, automatically the document also will be encrypted. So also, we have some advanced settings, which will be also helpful when using Azure Information Protection. So I will also drop in that link also. One sec, please. So we have some advanced settings.